Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz, and if you're new around here, we do a butt ton of beauty related content, mainly makeup tutorials, which is what you're about to see. Today is episode 4. We are doing a Hale inspired makeup tutorial. This is episode 4 of my Inspire series, and I'm really loving doing this. So if you have any celebrity makeup that you want to see me recreate for you, then please make sure you let me know down in the comment section. This is the makeup that we have created. I tried to do my hair as best as I could. I'm not blonde, so this is the look that we're going to create. It's absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope you enjoy. As always, we're starting off our eye makeup look using a primer. This is the MAC 24-Hour Eye Base. Starting off our eyeshadow, I'm taking a pointed pencil brush, and I'm taking a mixture of 2 shades. I'm taking this deep plum. This is the shade Money Mauves. And then I'm also taking this deep brown eyeshadow, and that is the shade Sonic Chocolate. Mixing those on my brush. What I'm doing with these is I'm pushing it into the outer corner. I'm looking straight ahead and I'm pushing it in the shape of a winged eyeliner. Now I am taking it out quite far purely because we will be cleaning up and blending, and I don't want to lose that depth. Back in a few times and just really build that color. This is the next shade that we're going to take, and it is an extra dimension eyeshadow. It is called Stolen Moment. Now I'm taking this on a flat eyeshadow brush to pack this on. Now with this, I want to focus it in the outer part of the lid, and I'm taking that directly up into the crease. All of these shadow placements is going in a diagonal way to keep that elongated look. Now that I've placed that on the lid, I'm going back in with that mixture of the deep purple and the deep brown and pushing that into the Stolen Moments shade, and then taking a bit more Stolen Moments, and I'm just using this as a tapping way to blend and build the dimension, so don't want to lose any of the intensity of the eyeshadows. The next shade I'm going to take is this shade here. It's like a frosty lilac shade, and I do believe that it is called Royal Gleam. I'm taking it on the same flat brush. This is going to go on that inner part of the lid. Again, we are taking it diagonally up and up into the crease as well, and we're tapping it over the top of that Stolen Moments shade. The next color I'm going to take is this one here. This is kind of like a platinum shade. I do believe that it is called LESR Taste, I believe. I'm taking that on the same eyeshadow brush, and I'm going over the top of that gleam shadow that we just popped down, and I'm doing this to build intensity. I'm going to go back into this shade. I'm going to tap that over that platinum shade, and this is going to bring in that purple tone to the look without it being a purple look. I'm going to take this shade here, and I believe it's called 24K Star. Just taking a tiny little bit, and I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner, but not all the way on the inner corner. I want to leave this itty bitty bit clear of any eyeshadow. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take a break from building the intensity just for a second, and I'm going in with Shroom on a blending brush. Now I'm going to use this to blend this out. They're just so easy to blend out. Like, that literally took a few seconds. So what I'm going to do is go back over and start layering and building up that dimension and that intensity. So I'm going to start again with the outer corner shade. There's 2 mixed together. Then I'm going to go in with Stolen Moment. Then I'm going to go in with that platinum mixed with that platinum purple shade. top of that, go in with that 24K star on the inner corner, and just keep on going back and forth, making sure that I blend in each layer so that we don't have anything massive, because Lucy's look is very closed in and tight to the eye. I don't want to go up too far. I'm going to go in with a deep purple eyeliner. This is called Graphic Content, and it is one of the Gel Express gel pencils from MAC. What I'm going to do with this is line my upper waterline and tight line, and then on the lower waterline it looks like she's got either a white or a nude on the inner waterline, but it's got the darkness of a liner on the lash line. So I'm going to go in and do that real quick. And then just on this outer corner, I'm going to make sure that I connect it. So I'm going to wait for that eyeliner to set because these do set. And then I'm going to take a Q-tip and clean up my waterline and then add in my nude. So it is called Full Sleeve, and it is the same gel pencil. While I leave that for a second, I'm going to go in with some mascara. So I'm just going to take MAC Stack. Now it looks like Lucy has got corner lashes on, or her half lashes, and I don't actually have any, so I went in with the wispiest kind of flared out pair that I could find, while making sure to work this makeup look for my eyes. Lucy has very, very round eyes where I don't, so I'm trying to maneuver it in a way where this works for me. So I'm going to go in with these. These are from Ardell, I believe. I can't remember, I threw the box out ages ago, but this is what we're kind of going for, with more of an intense outer wing. I did stick this higher up onto the lid so that it followed the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in and clean up and just straighten and sharpen that outer corner. She doesn't have any winged, eyeliner on, but it's more the illusion of. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my eyelashes and I'll be back. So on my waterline I went in and used the Full Sleeve Nude Eyelining Pencil. I did also take my black eyeliner and just hit the band, so it is a little bit more eyeliner-ish looking. What I'm going to do now is really add that purple element to the eyes. I'm taking that nude eyeliner again. You could always use a white as well, and I'm just going to take that on that inner corner there. Then I'm going to go in with this gorgeous purple shade. This is called Humble Brag, and I'm taking that on a small detailing brush, and I'm just going to push that into that eyeliner. I probably should have done this before I put my lashes on, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. I'm pushing that into the eyeliner, and then what's left on the brush, I'm just going to sweep out onto the rest of the lid. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more on it, on that brush, and just sweep a little bit over the rest of the crease area. Then I'm going to take a fluffy brush and just soften that, and all that does is it just adds a pinch of purple in without going fully crazy, while keeping that inner corner open and nice and light with that purple tone, while keeping the eye pretty neutral, which is what Lucy has. The last thing that we're going to do is take our pencil brush one more time and take a mix of that deep purple and brown and just soften that underneath the eye. Alrighty, so I've gone in and cleaned up any purple fallout. You want to make sure that you definitely do that, because purple will create the really deep eye bag shadow, and you want to make sure you definitely get rid of all of that. So now I'm going to go in with my serumizer. Next I'm going to go in with my Skin Canvas Balm. It is honestly my favorite part out of all of my skincare. It just feels so lovely on the skin. For my primer today, I'm actually going to go in with Radiance. This is the Studio Radiance, and I have really kind of fallen in love with it since I did my Radiance kind of glowy Try It foundation routine. I have been loving the look of my skin since then. It was just enough. It wasn't too much, but it was just enough. I'm pretty sure I might follow through more with that through winter. Through summer, probably not, but Lucy also has quite lovely dewy, not even dewy, just like lit from within kind of vibes with her foundation. So I want to try to make sure we emulate that as much as we can. I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes to try and correct it. My hands are slippery. I do this every single time. I'm going to go in with my MAC concealer palette, and I'm just going to take this peachy shade down here. This is my own personal palette, so I'm just going to use my finger. And I like to mix it in between my fingers just to warm the product up so it sits a little bit better. Now, I was watching a MAC Pro live event a couple of days ago, and I saw Michelle. She was explaining that people who have like dark circles under their eyes, sometimes what she'll do is she'll get them to look down so you can actually see the parts where you physically have the indent. Sometimes that is more of the issue than actually the color of it itself, because it's your physical way that your body is. So you have to really tailor where you place your products to make sure that you're actually getting what you want out of it. So I thought that was a really interesting little tip, and I wanted to pass that on for you, because for me, I have quite deep bags, so I have to make sure that my finger gets in there and really pushes into that area, especially more towards the bottom part of it, because that's where my cheeks that are quite full are more forefront. So it doesn't look like my darkness goes all the way down here, but physically the indent does, so I need to counteract that as well. I'm going to go in with my NARS bronzer in the shade Casino. This is my go-to. And I'm going to do a slight bit of underpainting. Lucy's face is quite neutral, but it's still really fresh and very glow from within. So normally I would go in with a contour stick. I'm not going to do that today. I just want a tiny little bit of bronzer, because I feel like it's just, sometimes contour and bronzer can be a little bit too much, and I prefer the bronzer look over the contour look. So feel free to go ahead and just do some contouring and don't worry about your bronzer. Then for blush, she has quite a natural flush going on. So I'm going to go in with Ginger Luck. This has become my very much favorite go-to when it comes to having a natural blush. And her blush is placed quite far out on the sides of her face in this image that we're using as our inspiration. So I am taking it quite far up on the sides of the face. Now, the way that Lucy has her makeup is she's also very bright and highlighted. So I'm going to do a step that I don't normally do really within any part of my foundation routine, but I'm going to go in with a lightening and brightening concealer. This is from MCO Beauty, and I'm just going to take that just on top of the concealer that I used to correct my eye circles. I'm going to take a smaller pointed brush to tap this in, because I don't really want to blend it out. I want to make sure that all that coverage stays where I place it, but using a brush helps to diffuse it into the skin. This is from Lavish. It's called the highlighter brush, but similar wise, it's almost the shape of the Real Technique setting brush. And before all of that sets, I'm just going to take my brush that I applied my bronzer and my blush with and just tap on the edge of that concealer to get in there and meld the two together before this sets. So all of that concealer is now blended in, and it is pretty much set and dry. So I'm going to go in with my foundation today. Normally my go-to is Studio Fix, but I'm actually going to do a bit more full coverage because Lucy's skin looks absolutely flawless while looking soft. And light from within kind of vibes. I'm going to go in with my Studio Tech, but before I do that, I'm going to go in with a bit of Magic Radiance. Now I'm going to switch foundation brushes, and normally I would go in with my Pro foundation and buffing brush, but I want to give this one a go with this product. This is the Lavish liquid foundation brush, and it has like a divot in there, and I still can't figure out why it would have the divot in there, honestly. I don't get it, but I want to give it a go with this product. So I'm just going to tap. That's probably enough for my entire face. I'm going to start under my cheeks first, because that's a place where I have no product. Onto my chin, onto my forehead, and kind of disperse it throughout the face. You want to make sure that you're taking that foundation down onto your neck as well. Before this fully sets, I'm going to go in with another spray. Now, when I say that this foundation is so full coverage, it's crazy. This is probably the most amount of Studio Tech that I have ever worn at one time, and I can see how pale I am. I am well aware. Just in case you're curious, the shade I use is NW10. I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. This is Give Me Sun, and I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush. This is from MCO Beauty. And I'm just gonna start to warm up my face. For this, I'm focusing more on the C shape than the 3, I guess you could say. There's not a lot of talk about lately, actually. Now, again, I am doing a lot of these steps that fit my face, using the inspiration of Lucy's colors and tones and sort of placement to make it work for my face shape. You want to make sure that whenever you're recreating something, or even just sitting and doing your own makeup, that you are making sure that it works for you and your face shape. You can use anything as inspiration, just as long as it works for you. I'm going to go in with a secondary bronzer. I'm going to go in with this one. This is the Radiant Light Rosy Skin Finish. This came out, I believe it's still available. You could have Radiant or Matte. And I'm just going to go over the top and Give Me Sun. Then we're going to go on to blush. So Lucy looks like she's got like a light pinky, kind of on the line of peachy kind of vibe on the sides of her face. So I'm going to double up again. I'm going to use this one. This is called Nippy's Pink Rose. This was part of the Whitney Houston collection that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. Just on the same brush. And I'm just going to tap that over the top of where we place that bronzer. And then to go along with the illuminated kind of vibe, we're going to go in with this. This is Hush Tone, and this is the Extra Dimension Blush. It's just so pretty, and the Extra Dimension blushes are really good for textured skin. Gives that blurring effect, which I do have textured skin. It's getting better, definitely using Hyperreal consistently. I have definitely noticed the change in my skin. I just need to get past the purge phase. I didn't realize how bad it was underneath my skin, I guess, but we're getting there. Now, in the image that we're using as inspiration, it doesn't look like Lucy has got highlighter on. That could also be the way that the photo was taken. So I am going to go in with a tiny little bit. This is called Just Whitney. It's an Extra Dimension skin finish as well. But to kind of diffuse it, I'm going to take it on the brush we've been using to apply everything, and I'm going to tap majority of it off. I just want a little sweep over. I don't want anything crazy at all, just in case. So I'm going to go in with one more spray. I want to make sure that I set all the concealer underneath my eyes 150 million% because there's layers on there. I'm going to go in with this. This is the Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur Press Powder Duo. This is in lavender and translucent. And I just swirl them on a tiny little brush together. Could obviously use them separately if you wanted to, and just make sure that everything under the eye is set. Now for me, I wear glasses, so this part here on my nose always moves and starts to come apart sooner than anything else. So when I'm setting underneath my eyes, I always bring it up onto the side of my nose as well. And then the last thing we're going to do for the skin is set it. So I'm going to use Stay Over to set everything in place. So now we're going to do the lips. So just make sure you've got everything taken off because inevitably you're going to have makeup on your lip. So for the lip liner, I've chosen this one here. This is part of the new release, but I believe this may have been a bring back. I can't remember, but it's the Beige Beret. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just gonna line and fill my lips in with this. Just use the butt of the pencil to soften that edge. I think this might even be slightly too dark, we'll see. So the lipstick I've chosen for this is Velvet Teddy. I'm not sure if it's going to give the right tone, but we need to put it on first to see. I've got it in all the packaging. I've got it in the new Maximal, but this is the Pearlescence collection packaging, but it's just Velvet Teddy. I think that might be okay. It might be slightly dark. I'm just wondering. She's more pink in the photo, so I'm just going to go through my stash quickly and see what I can find. Okay, so in a pinch, I found this. This is called Tulip Service. It came out with Botanic Panic collection like 4 years ago. Is it that long ago? A couple years ago, anyway. I'm just going to go over the top. Yeah, I think that's better. So we did Tulip Service over the top of Velvet Teddy, but I do feel like it's a little bit too much for this look. So I'm going to go in with a gloss to try to lighten it, and I'm going to use Oyster Girl. This is just a lip gloss, and I think that'll be enough. Really, there we go. There we go, that's perfect. Alrighty guys, that is it for this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed. I am loving this series. If there's any celebrity makeup that you want to see, please leave a comment down below and I will definitely add it to the list. I have got quite a bit of a list. I have a feeling the Spice Girls might be coming up soon. You know, it's just a vibe and I'm really feeling it. Anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic day or night wherever you are and whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!